AEW Dynamite was on the air, and it was an awful show. Just another boring show, as per usual, week in and week out. AEW has been ice cold for months. Actually, you might as well say since Punk and Cody left, right? So for the past 2 years, they have been on a massive downward spiral, and this show was no different. This is week 2 of the nonsensical Continental Classic, because Tony Khan still wants to continue this boring tournament, which makes no sense. It's dumb. Stop trying to be light New Japan. Be New Japan light, and just do your own damn thing. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it at all. But it is what it is, man. It truly is what it is. This show basically just sets up stuff for next week's show, which is Winter is Coming. And that name is appropriate because the AEW product is ice cold. So winter has definitely been there for a while for the AEW product. It truly has. It truly has. And I don't know how much lower it can get, but Tony Khan will find a way. But this product is ice cold beyond belief, and I'm just tired of it. I'm really at the point where I'm about to quit watching AEW. I'm really at the point, well, not watch it, but reviewing it. I'm really at that point. I'm not going to hold you up. I just am. Again, this show was boring. Let's go ahead and get into AEW Dynamite from December the 3rd, 2025. So, Samoa Joe starts the show off, basically. He talked and made fun of Tony Schiavone and everything. So, Eddie Kingston's in the ring. So, Joe and Eddie Kingston, they just had some, have some words, really. Eddie says that, so Eddie says that, Samoa Joe is just corporate thugging, because he wasn't wearing a suit or anything like that or whatever. Joe then made fun of the sports team, the Indiana sports team, that, whatever. So, Samoa Joe says that Eddie's going in for a fight, looking to capture the greatest championship in the business. He said that he's not going to cross the finish line, just like every other time. So, Samoa Joe says that he's going to choke out Eddie Kingston next week. And, Eddie Kingston just put over Samoa Joe, talked about his time in Ring of Honor and how he used to respect him and all that and everything else. And Eddie says next week he's going to eat him alive. And that was the end of the promo. It was boring. It was a waste of time. Why? Because Eddie Kingston is not good. I used to like Eddie Kingston back in his TNA days, back in his Impact days. Back then he actually cared and stuff, and he was doing a bunch of story. Now he's just wanting to be Japanese wrestler number 99. That's really what he wants to be, basically. Eddie Kingston is boring. He is good on the mic at times, but he's just boring. Eddie Kingston has not been relevant in years. It's just being honest. So it is what it is. Who cares? Moving on from this garbage. This leads us into the Opps. They're backstage. So Hook is basically the main one doing the promo. So Hook acknowledges that they're friends, that the Dark Order is friends of Hangman, and they're going to have fun destroying the Dark Order. What the hell? This is so dumb. The Dark Order should have been released years ago. They should have been released at least 4 years ago. At least 4 years ago, they should have been released. Like, it's a fucking shame. Whatever, moving on. I don't care. This leads us into the first match of the night, was the Continental Gold League. So, Kazuchika Okada, he defeated Pac. So, whatever. He wins. I think he wins via was it a roll-up? Yeah, it was a roll-up. So, whatever. I don't care about the Continental Classic at all. I just don't. It's a waste of time. It's dumb. Moving on from that, this leads us into another Continental Classic. No. This actually leads us into to Ricochet. No, my bad, not Ricochet. I'm so sorry. This leads us into Mark Briscoe. So Mark Briscoe, he addresses Daniel Garcia in their history. He talks about Daniel Garcia seemingly ducking him when he presented. When he was presented a chance to face him for the TNT Championship. But Mark Briscoe doesn't play mind games, so he went to Tony Khan, looking to defend the title next week. And I think that's going to happen on Collision next week for Winter is Coming. Who cares? Moving on from that, we get Ricochet. He's backstage with his homies, the Gates of Agony. The Demand, as they're called, their real name, which I don't know why they call themselves that. They're not in demand. So Ricochet talks up being the inaugural AEW National Champion and his charity work, which he continues when he makes his ROH debut to defend the title against Dalton Castle. So, since that Columbus is such a cold, lonely town, Ricochet will stick around for a little bit longer and to defend his title against someone else on Collision the next night. He talks about the demand being in more demand than ever. So, whatever. I don't care about this garbage at all. I don't give a damn. So, basically, we get some conglomeration stuff. Roderick Strong said he's not a part of the group. Who cares? So, Orange Cassidy says that he's got a rule he wants to do for the match, no chops. So, Roderick Strong says he's going to break the back of Orange Cassidy. I don't give a fuck about this. Moving on. So, apparently Darby Allin is in the hospital after what happened last week. So, okay. Moving on from that, this leads us into more Continental Classic stuff. Gold League. Kyle Fletcher defeats Kevin Knight. Yawn. I don't care about this at all. I mean, the match was okay, pretty decent. But I don't care about that. So, this leads us into the Don Callis family. Don Callis gets on the mic. He said he wants the Young Bucks to come out. He wants them to get their money. So, the Bucks, they come out. They... and then Don tells them that Kenny Omega's not going to finance them at all. So then the Bucks, they show up, but they are beaten down by Josh Alexander and Hechicero. Then Jurassic Express comes out and makes the save. Yada, yada, yada. I don't care about this shit. So then Kenny Omega, he shows up and he fights everyone off. And I think him and Okada have a stare down. I don't care about this shit. I really don't. This is a waste of time. Who cares? Moving on from that, this leads us into the women's tag team tournament, the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament. So Thomas Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, the Timeless Love Bombs, they defeat the Mega Powers. I don't care about this at all. Who gives a shit? More tournament garbage. Moving on from that. So we get a video package of the Sisters of Sin. They turn their attention to the team of Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander. So, Jamie Hayter wants to have a chat with Chris Statlander. So, whatever. Then we get some Dark Order nonsense. I don't care. They didn't say much of anything. So, Hangman says that he may be out for blood, but he needs to not be not ruin the moment for the trio. Hangman assures them that he's gonna stay out of it. So whatever. I don't care about this garbage. He was just talking to the Dark Order. I don't care about any of this shit. Moving on. We go backstage. So Mercedes Moné. She said that she's going to defend her ROH Women's Television Championship at Final Battle, which I think is next Friday, which is fine. She said that she's already beaten Red Velvet, but she's willing to do it again after the smack talk being delivered. In the meantime, she's going to appear this week on ROH. So whatever, I don't care about that at all. Then this leads us into some FTR nonsense. They talked about dealing with the Gun Club. Okay, cool, whatever. Then the Opps, they defeat the Dark Order. So Evil Uno, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds. I don't care about that shit at all. I don't. This is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. Fuck this. Moving on. So Don Callis, he's on television once again, and he says that Okada, Okada says that it's Takeshita's fault that he let them down again, but Don says he's training for his own Continental Classic match. So Takeshita shows up. He has some words with Okada. They're about to come to blows. So, whatever. And then he makes fun of the Young Bucks. So, Hangman Page shows up. He talks about and bitches and moans about giving 3 years of his life to get back to the AEW World Championship. He talks about the man who cost him the title and Hook. And then he addresses the Opps by saying if they want to fight, they're going to get one. So he challenges them to a match next week, and Swerve is basically coming, so whatever. Main event of the evening, Claudio defeats John Moxley. He advances in the Blue League of the Continental Classic. I don't care about this shit at all. I don't give a damn. I want Moxley to go the fuck away for a while. Moxley needs to go away for at least a good 6, 7, 8 months. Go away, please. Please. Please go away. Just do not come back for a while. Like, if John Moxley went away for the first, 4 months of 2026, that would be great. I would love that. But AEW Dynamite was trash as per usual. This Continental Classic sucks. Because they're doing 2 tournaments at the same time. World's End is literally in 3 weeks time, and they've done nothing. They're just doing the tournament match. The tournament match finals and the women's tag team championships. Those are gonna be crowned. A new team will be. They'll be crowned. But outside of that, I don't know, man. AEW is such a damn downer. It sucks. But what did you guys think of Dynamite? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.